Welcome back to Newswatch. Today we are talking about Bungie. Bungie has announced that they are splitting from their corporate overlord Activision, and they'll be able to take their series Destiny with them. Do you think they can give us Blizzard back now too, or no? No. Now, obviously, this is some incredible news for anyone who's a fan of the series, Destiny, of course, and anyone who's a fan of the developer Bungie. As we all know, Activision is a company that is at the moment trying to cut as many costs as possible, and they also like to enact things like microtransactions, games as a service models, and mandatory deadlines the companies are forced to meet every year to produce extra content. So now that Bungie doesn't have all those requirements that they have to live up to, we're expecting them to have more creative control and be able to deliver a more quality product. Fans are excited to see if this means that Bungie is going to be moving away from microtransactions and anti-consumer practices, or if things will continue to go how they've been going. After all, it wasn't all Activision who made the things that have happened in Destiny happen. A lot of those decisions were from Bungie themselves. A lot of those decisions are ones that have been received really critically by fans. These anti-consumer practices are rampant in Activision, however, and with all the talk from Blizzard of cutting costs, it wouldn't be far-fetched to assume that Activision had a good deal of say in similar issues at Bungie. It is, however, important to remember these practices aren't only used by big corps. A lot of game studios today use anti-consumer monetization and game design.
So Bungie grouped up with Activision almost a decade ago, and since then the games have seemed to suffer for it. As far as Bungie is concerned, they made a statement that when they teamed up with Activision in 2010, they did it because they needed the support of a huge monolith like Activision to make their dream games come to life. And they still stand by what they did together. In Bungie's statement, they said, "We have enjoyed a successful 8-year run and would like to thank Activision for their partnership on Destiny. Looking ahead, we're excited to announce plans for Activision to transfer publishing rights for Destiny to Bungie. With our remarkable Destiny community, we are ready to publish on our own, while Activision will increase their focus on owned IP projects." It'll be interesting to see how this affects other developers under Activision's umbrella, such as Blizzard. But with the recent list of departures, I don't think Blizzard is going anywhere anytime soon. However, losing Bungie, I think Activision is going to lean heavier on Blizzard and expect big things from them, as the rest of the world does. It'll be interesting to see how this affects other developers under Activision's umbrella, such as Blizzard. Having lost Bungie, I expect Activision will lean harder on Blizzard to pick up the slack, and expect the studio to do big things as the rest of the world does. Activision focusing on their own IPs, though, could actually be a good thing for the company. I personally thought the latest Call of Duty game was kind of bad, and I think a lot of people had that same sentiment. I think Activision really needs a creative revolution to survive. Quote, "With Forsaken, we've learned and listened and leaned into what we believe our players want from a great Destiny experience. Rest assured, there is more of that on the way. We'll continue to deliver on the existing Destiny roadmap, and we're looking forward to releasing more seasonal experiences in the coming months, as well as surprising our community with some exciting announcements about what lies beyond." So this could be Destiny 3 when they say exciting news of what lies beyond. After all, Destiny 2 has been out for a while now, and even a game that is a game as a service has a limited shelf life. After all, Destiny 2 is no WoW and doesn't have the longevity of an MMO. As for a new title, I imagine that would work good for the series. The game can be redesigned and rebooted from the ground up, and they can use their experience working with Activision in the last 8 years to find out what worked and what didn't. As someone who is really anti-microtransactions, I would hope that they could work to make the game more fair and learn from some of their contemporaries. Namely Warframe, which has one of the fairest monetization methods in gaming and is consistently praised by its player base and community at large. Quote, "Thank you so much for your continued support. Our success is owed in no small part to the incredible community of players who have graced our worlds with light and life. We know self-publishing won't be easy. There's still much for us to learn as we grow as an independent global studio. But we see unbounded opportunities and potential in Destiny. We know that new adventures await us all on new worlds filled with mystery, adventure, and hope. We hope you'll join us there. See you, Starside.
So at the end, Bungie really gave us a nice message about how they will continue to grow the series and we should expect new potential from them. I'm really happy for the fans of this series and for all the people who love and put time into this game, and I really hope that it's the beginning of some great things for Destiny. But just to top this all off, we love our dirt. Jason Schreier did have some of the spicier aspects of this story, and he even said that there's been a long-time tension between Activision and Blizzard since the beginnings of their relationship. Quote, "The employees had grown sick of dealing with its publisher, and apparently when they split with Activision, employees cheered and popped champagne, according to one person who was there." And I mean, wow, if we didn't think that Activision was the big bad evil guy before, and now they're like celebrating like it's the end of a Star Wars movie and the rebellion has escaped Darth Vader for one last time. At any rate, all eyes are on Activision right now, and we're gonna see if they can get things back together, or we'll end up falling apart and splintering off into all these different developers. This is another part of why gaming is in for a big change this year. I don't think it'll be in for a crash like a lot of people think. I just think we're gonna see like a big revolution in the way things are done. Similar to how we saw last year with Fortnite coming in and shaking things up, becoming the biggest dog in the fight. I think you're definitely going to see big innovations and changes this year as well, and it's because there is so many players in the game now, there are so many different people developing games, and there is so many choices for consumers, we're able to say, no, I don't like these greedy practices, and it's actually affecting how things are done now. If you want to hear more about that, we have a video coming soon all about that we'll have a link to at the end. That's all that we had for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Rob.
I'm Katie.
And this has been Newswatch, where we talk about all the latest and greatest gaming news. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video, and share this video anywhere to help us grow. You can also like it, or leave a comment saying what you think. But above all else, guys, don't forget to go play some video games, and have a nice day.